Welcome to Manila Updates TV. Subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates. Tonight, the West Philippine Sea stands as a geopolitical flashpoint, a place where the ambitions of nations collide and the world's attention is sharply focused. The date is January 26, 2026. Tensions have reached a breaking point, with every hour bringing new developments and uncertainty. Beneath these contested waters lie vast oil and gas reserves, resources so valuable they could transform the Philippines' economic future, fueling growth and prosperity for generations. But these riches are fiercely contested, with rival nations unwilling to back down. China claims nearly the entire sea, disregarding international law and the sovereign rights of its neighbors, asserting its dominance through force and intimidation. Chinese Coast Guard and militia vessels routinely harass Filipino fishermen and energy crews, creating a climate of fear and uncertainty on the water. The dispute has drawn in the world's most powerful military, the United States, raising the stakes for everyone involved. U.S. warships now patrol these contested waters, signaling unwavering support for the Philippines and a commitment to upholding international norms. The message to Beijing is clear: aggression will not be tolerated, and any escalation could have serious consequences. This standoff is about more than energy. It's about sovereignty, international law, and the delicate balance of power in the Indo-Pacific region. Every day brings new reports of close encounters and near collisions between Chinese and Filipino vessels, each incident raising the risk of miscalculation. Filipino survey ships face constant threats, with Chinese ships demanding they leave what Beijing calls Chinese waters, despite international rulings to the contrary. The psychological pressure is immense, with crews and officers on edge, knowing that a single mistake could spark a wider conflict. The American presence acts as a stabilizing force in this volatile environment, deterring further aggression and providing reassurance to the Philippines. For Filipinos, these waters are more than a battleground. They are a source of pride, a vital livelihood, and a beacon of hope for true energy independence. But that hope is under threat, and Manila knows it cannot face China's might alone. The stakes for the nation's future have never been higher. The Philippines has turned to its oldest ally, the United States, forging a renewed partnership that is reshaping the region's strategic landscape. The West Philippine Sea is now the central arena in the 21st century rivalry between Washington and Beijing, a contest that will define the future of the Indo-Pacific, and perhaps the world. Beyond the headlines and the breaking news stories that capture the world's attention, a quieter, more discreet U.S. mission is underway, one that rarely makes front-page news. The United States is actively helping the Philippines protect its vital oil and gas deposits, often working behind the scenes, away from the public eye. U.S. intelligence agencies share satellite imagery and real-time tracking of Chinese naval and Coast Guard movements, giving the Philippine Navy a crucial edge in these contested waters. This intelligence allows the Philippines to avoid direct confrontations while still firmly asserting its rights and presence in the region. The U.S. focus is on building the capacity and resilience of the Philippine Armed Forces, not on direct intervention or escalation. Advanced equipment, state-of-the-art coastal radar, and modern patrol aircraft are provided, along with intensive hands-on training for Filipino personnel. Joint exercises and coordinated drills prepare Filipino Marines to secure offshore platforms and respond swiftly to emerging threats. Navy engineers from both countries share best practices for undersea surveillance, maintenance and logistics, ensuring the security of critical infrastructure. This transfer of knowledge and expertise is as vital as the hardware itself, building confidence, professionalism, and long-term self-reliance. Quiet, steady cooperation is the alliance's true strength, forging trust and unity over time. By empowering the Philippines to take the lead, the U.S. avoids being seen as an outside aggressor or imposing force. Instead, it stands as a supportive partner, helping a sovereign nation defend its own resources and territorial integrity. This approach also puts diplomatic pressure on China, forcing it to justify its actions on the world stage and in international forums. The U.S. isn't fighting the Philippines' battles, it's ensuring the Philippines has the tools, training, and confidence to secure its own future. The secret shield of intelligence, training, and steadfast support is the true backbone of this enduring alliance, quietly shaping the balance of power in the region. Off Palawan's coast, a massive new natural gas field has been discovered, potentially rewriting the Philippines' economic destiny. For a nation reliant on imported fuel, this is a golden opportunity for energy security and economic growth. The Malampaya field is running dry, making the new find urgent and essential. The Palawan gas field could exceed Malampaya's output, providing clean energy for decades. But the discovery lies in waters China aggressively claims, especially around Rectabang. Chinese vessels have repeatedly tried to block Philippine exploration. Developing this field is a test of national will and sovereignty. Manila has made it a top priority, seeking international partners to begin drilling. Yet, political risks deter investors. No one wants to risk billions if Chinese gunboats can shut down operations. The U.S.-Philippine security umbrella is crucial, providing the confidence needed to attract investment. Only with this support can the promise of Palawan's discovery become reality for Filipinos. The numbers at stake are staggering. The South China Sea may hold 11 billion barrels of oil and 190 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Much of this lies within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone, especially near Rectobank. The Malampaya field, which powered 30% of Luzon, holds just 2.7 trillion cubic feet. Rectobank could be double that. At current prices, these resources are worth hundreds of billions of dollars. This wealth could fund roads, schools, hospitals, and create thousands of jobs. For the Philippines, it's a once-in-a-generation chance to leap into prosperity. But these riches also explain China's aggressive posture. As the world's largest energy importer, China sees the South China Sea as a strategic prize. By claiming these resources, Beijing meets its own needs and denies them to rivals. The competition for undersea wealth has turned a territorial dispute into a zero-sum struggle for survival. The stakes are nothing less than economic survival and regional dominance. In response to China's growing assertiveness in the region, the United States has significantly ramped up its military presence in the Philippines, signaling a renewed commitment to its oldest Asian ally. This is a calculated show of force, not a token gesture. The U.S. aims to demonstrate its resolve and capability to defend its interests and those of its partners. U.S. Navy warships, including powerful aircraft carriers and advanced destroyers, now regularly patrol the West Philippine Sea, directly challenging China's sweeping maritime claims and asserting freedom of navigation. These patrols reinforce the principle that these are international waters, open to all nations, and not the exclusive domain of any single country. On land, the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA, gives the U.S. access to key Philippine bases, including those strategically located near Taiwan and Palawan, enhancing regional security. The U.S. is prepositioning equipment, constructing new facilities, and rotating forces for joint training, ensuring readiness and interoperability. This growing network of bases and resources allows for a rapid response to any crisis, whether natural disaster or military threat. Joint military exercises, like the annual Balikatan, have grown in both scale and complexity, focusing on defending Philippine territory, vital sea lanes, and offshore energy platforms. These drills send a clear message to the world. The alliance is not only strong, but also prepared for any scenario that may arise. The visible U.S. presence reassures the Philippines, boosts public confidence, and serves as a powerful deterrent to China's ambitions. A Chinese commander is far less likely to harass Filipino vessels when a U.S. destroyer is standing guard nearby, ready to intervene if necessary. Constant joint training and coordination improve the two militaries' ability to operate seamlessly together in complex situations. The alliance is not just symbolic, it's operational, robust, and always ready to respond to emerging threats. The U.S. presence is a powerful deterrent, raising the cost of any potential Chinese aggression and making conflict a far less attractive option. Together, the U.S. and Philippines are building a credible, enduring defense partnership for the region's future, ensuring peace and stability for generations to come. The U.S.-Philippine response is anchored in legal and diplomatic agreements. The 1951 Mutual Defense Treaty commits both nations to defend each other in case of attack. Washington has clarified, any armed attack on Philippine forces in the South China Sea triggers this treaty. The 2016 Hague ruling invalidated China's 9-dash line, affirming Philippine rights. The U.S. and Philippines use this ruling as the legal cornerstone of their policy, isolating China diplomatically. The alliance is both military and diplomatic, uniting like-minded nations to uphold international law. The West Philippine Sea dispute is part of a larger regional puzzle. Vietnam, Malaysia, and Brunei also have overlapping claims and face Chinese pressure. These nations are modernizing their militaries and strengthening ties with the US and Australia. Any conflict could quickly spiral, drawing in other players. ASEAN's efforts for a code of conduct have stalled, while China builds and militarizes islands. The crowded sea means a small spark could ignite a regional crisis, making de-escalation urgent. For the Philippines, securing West Philippine Sea resources is vital for energy security and prosperity. The country's growing economy relies on imported fossil fuels, making it vulnerable to global shocks. New gas discoveries offer a path to cleaner, more reliable energy, and lower costs. But the Malampaya field is nearly depleted, and without new sources, the Philippines faces shortages and higher prices. The government must act fast to develop new fields, but lacks the capital and technology. International investment is essential, but security risks deter companies. US and Japanese support is critical, not just for geopolitics, but for unlocking the Philippines' economic future. Energy security here is the foundation for national development. The struggle for energy in the West Philippine Sea is about more than resources. The Philippines is a central battleground in the US-China rivalry, sitting astride vital shipping lanes. A conflict here could cripple the global economy. The US-Philippine-Japan alliance is building a new security architecture, aiming to deter aggression and uphold international law. Japan's investment and Coast Guard support add another layer of strength. This network of alliances sends a powerful signal. Disputes must be resolved peacefully, not by force. By defending Philippine rights, the alliance is upholding the rules-based order and working for a peaceful, cooperative future in Asia.